Charleston Super Sofa Fire. 9 heroes gone, but the lessons never forgotten. On June 18, 2007, the Charleston Sofa Superstore fire claimed the lives of 9 Charleston, South Carolina firefighters. This was the highest number of firefighter fatalities in a single event since 9/11. At 7:09 p.m., Charleston Fire Department Engine 10, Engine 11, Ladder 5, and Battalion 4 dispatched to a fire in a sofa superstore. The store composed of a single-story steel truss showroom building with the warehouse located behind the retail space. A rapidly growing fire was found at the loading dock connecting the warehouse and the showroom. Within minutes, the fire spread, burning the furniture, creating toxic and highly flammable gases, as well as products of incomplete combustion that contributed to the fuel load. Interior attack crews were overwhelmed by the fire and became disoriented and radioed for assistance. At 7:41, a flashover occurred in the showroom, resulting in near-complete collapse of the roof. 9 of the firefighters caught in the collapse were unable to escape, and rescue attempts were unsuccessful. It was discovered upon further investigation that the building had been renovated multiple times without proper permits or inspections. In addition, it had no automatic sprinklers in place. Fire complications which led to the failure to recognize threats during size-up. Materials at the back of the store in the loading dock area ignited from improper disposal of smoking materials. The loading dock was constructed out of wood and contained leftover particles of furniture, highly flammable materials, as well as garbage, which ignited quickly from improper disposal of smoking materials. There were personnel in the building, 9 firefighters inside that did not make it out, as well as 1 employee that was able to be rescued here in this alterations area. The building was specifically coded for merchant and storage use, but flammable paints and aerosols were found. The superstore property was classified as a mercantile occupancy, and the warehouse was classified for storage. These occupancy classifications were appropriate for the sale and distribution of furniture, but they did not permit the storage for flammable liquids or hazardous materials, spray finishes, or any other hazardous activities. A large quantity of the aerosol containers of spray paints and finishes were found in the workshop area after the fire. In addition to those containers, remnants of numerous 1-gallon metal containers were found in the debris. They are believed to have contained a variety of flammable and combustible liquids, including naphtha and the lacquer thinner. At least 28 containers were found in the rubble near the southeast corner of the loading dock. Additional flammable liquid containers were found in the warehouse and in the storage room behind the office area. The presence of these products greatly increased the level of fire risk, but no permits have been issued by the City of Charleston for spray finishes or for the storage or use of these flammable liquids, combustible liquids, or any hazardous materials. They would have likely not been permitted in a building that did not comply with building and fire codes. Inappropriate ventilation. The roof covering over all the different sections of the superstore was incorporating corrugated metal decking or sheet metal roof. A sheet metal tends to retain heat and the fire gases within the building until the structure collapses, unless we can get vertical ventilation. Vertical ventilation was accessible only through small plastic windows that quickly melted. This did not allow for enough vertical ventilation for the fire. In the absence of vertical ventilation, the hot gases will tend to mushroom, spreading horizontally over the large area. The metal roof deck over the main showroom and sheet metal roof coverings over the newer areas presented significant barriers to creating vertical ventilation. The firefighters had very few options to release smoke and heat that entered the showroom, so they incorrectly broke the windows in the front of the store, causing a rush of oxygen into the room, increasing the fire. The primary path of the fire from the loading dock into the main and west showrooms was viable via the void spaces above the ceilings. Suspended ceilings were installed above the retail space in all 3 showroom areas, creating 3 large interstitial void spaces. Smoke and hot fire gases that were produced there by the fire in the loading dock entered and accumulated in these void spaces. The hot fire produced a rich mixture of preheated fuel that could easily ignite if a supply of fresh air, which it was introduced, which it was during the breaking of the windows. Additional rooms were built out of wood and steel, preventing the fire doors from working. Path of fire was created in these void spaces in the ceiling. And another component, the traffic was not controlled. This resulted in cars driving over the supply lines to the engines, making the water supply not consistent. The only nice thing is weather seemed nice, 86 degrees, and decent humidity. Here we show the building being completely collapsed, that roof coming in. Missing components of the building. The original codes for the building did not require sprinklers. The additional rooms that were added on were not permitted. Had they been with proper permits, the sofa store would have been required to create a sprinkler system. Here are the Charleston 9, the members lost in their fire. Please read their names, remember their names, and let's not let this happen again.